Hey guys, this is Vijay Sridhara and I once again welcome you to a session on DojiCreator. We will explore more features of DojiCreator in this session and we will also look at the tools that are available to make your work more accelerated. So, in the first session, I have said that a visual novel is nothing but a collection of scenes. A collection of scenes in which some graphics will happen, uh, conversations will happen. If there are any animations, they will happen. If there is any audio, that will happen. And the scene will branch out into another scenes based on certain decisions or linear fashion. Linear fashion means after a scene, if another scene is in sequence, then that is linear. There is no conditional branching. Suppose there are scenes, say scene one, two, three. Now you are in the start scene. There is a start scene, there is a scene one, two, three, and there is an exit scene. From the start scene, from the start scene, if the control directly flows into scene one or scene two, then they are said to be in linear connection. There is no conditional branching. Suppose in scene one, if the user has to take a decision to branch out to either two or three, then that is called branching of scenes or decision making at that point in time. On a certain decision, if the game exits, then that is also branching. If every scene is linearly connected, that means after start, the scene one happens, after scene one, that is scene two, then that scene three, then exit happens. Then that is linearly connected scenes, which are usually there is no decision making here, which is a plain straightforward story. There is no branching. Everything happens with a straight direction. There is no branching. So if there is some randomness that you expect in a visual novel, or there is, if you want to consider the time in a day, then for example at 7 o'clock the user has to go for breakfast in the morning, and then at 9 o'clock he has to go to work, and so that there is a time factor involved. When the time factor is involved, when multiple characters are involved, then the story does not become linear, but the story is spread out, branched out. So at that point in time, you have to take decisions through the game at what time you have to do what. So that's called a branching game. And if it doesn't branch out, it's called a linear game or a linear story. Now every scene will have a background image. If you if you avoid this background image, the default background is white. So anything that you do will happen on white background. So let's quickly remove this BG statement and see how this turns out to be. So when I start the game, you can see the background is entirely white. This is how a scene begins. So this is a plain text that you can display on this scene with an image at the background. So there is a default image that is built into DojiCreator that is made available to you so that you don't have to worry about any other image creation. So this is how it begins. If you want to display any text, this is the statement, text, and within quotes, the text you want to display. Now, mind you, this text can also take variables. Now, what are variables? Any values that you want to display. For example, time. What is time now? So let's say you have a variable. Here I will declare a variable like this, where time equal to 10. So when I say time equal to 10, it becomes an integer variable. If where is day equal false, this automatically becomes a boolean variable where my name equals. This becomes a string variable. These are the three primitive types of variables that are available for you. So we will display all these variables here in the scene. This is how a scene begins. The time now is. So if I build, these variables will be available for me So time is a variable. You can see that time is quickly available here. But what you need to do is you need to prefix with at the rate. The time is time, and it is day is day, and then my name. So let's see if it works here. So three variables. I can use these three variables here. Let's see. So the time is now 10. It is day, which is false because I initiated it, and then Ajay Jadeja is the name. So let's change the variable name. So is day equals true. My name equals Amitabh. So I will display the same text again here. Let's see how it works. So in the first one, it is Ajay Jadeja and false. In the second one, the day is true and the Amitabh name has been changed. So that's how you can change the variable names. So this also works for dialogues.